Well, let's see how well I do as president. Now, for this game, I will be making a particular rule. In this game, you can do all kinds of things. One of them is how long to be elected, how many times to be elected. I will not be touching those. And now let's do it again. Okay, the United States of America. Well, that's what we'll be doing. I wonder why it's only a one-star country. I wonder what that means. Ah, well. The United States of America is the world's third or fourth largest country by total area and third most populous country in the world. Americans are racially and ethnically diverse population has been shaped through centuries of immigration. The United States is a federal republic, representative democracy. It is a founding member of the United Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and NATO. The U.S. is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. Population as of January 2020 is 328 million. It's 9.8 million square kilometers. Its largest city is New York. We have 4.5% agricultural. That's 76.5% white, 18.4% black. Now, when we start with that, first destination is Grand Canyon. That was the cheeseburger, and the biggest industry is real estate. That sounds like a country. Now, these are all kinds of adjustments that have apparently been made for the game, so I'm not going to worry about them. Let's go to player party name. The Defenders of the Faith. I like that one. Let's do that one. The Defenders of the Faith. Federation of Socialists. Perfect. If we're gonna get political, let's really political. Compulsory voting is disabled. We don't want to. We're not gonna mess with this stuff. 100%. Innate socialism. 100%. This is a good put. Identify socialists and capitalists. Change the striving within the global economy, which factors. They go strongly for against the government, and liberal, the higher law, the extent of Florida is not by the liberals, and our starting debt. That's why I'm getting loud to it. That's why we're not blaming media bias. Welcome to episode 4. You have just started your first term as president, your first step as your first step from here to the family court. The icon below hopefully you can paint things better than real-life that can turn it up. Press the button window below. Mark Belgium from the office. Hope you get turned on. Congratulations on your election. Thank you. Welcome to your new job as president. Being alive, welcome to the citizens around your hand. I'll keep you in line in the long term. Our citizens quality for life. Plus, don't forget your faith for election for you. If you need a money, they pay you. Everything is looking relatively neutral except for crime, which has apparently been high, and poverty, which is low. Good. Now the crime is high, the poverty is low. At the recent election, we won the majority of 10%. This was below the power of the policy. The internal office. So from here, we can survey the current state of our country. May look complex, probably different components work right way. The icon represents different objects in the economy or society, including policies, laws, benefits, and values for health and individuals. Click on the next one. These strips over here. Those strips represent groups of voters with the color of progress party being happy there with the government. The letter is I'm the tax as a percentage of our electorate. That is easy to do. One of the key conflicts not to support to understand the voters and one of the major voters in the election they can identify with all these groups is a self-record. You can get all of these voters from each other to you as some problems. So the socialists are, the trade unions aren't really happy with me apparently. Policies. White icons are policies. Some of the games some already implemented, but most can be canceled and many can be added. They can also be adjusted. Policies are the primary method to use to govern the country. Okay? Data. Blue icons represent statistical data relevant to your country. The concept that certain apps track content DVDs, products, primary education on your citizens. It affects statistical data only directly to policy decisions. And their icons, you find them in different zones on the screen depending on which part of the economy. Let's say they're, for example, transport tax, etc. Situations, like a red or green background situation. You can refer to situation implemented established by your policy questions. Okay, so like for example, if we hover over the icons, for example, race discrimination affects racial tension very negatively, but there's a bunch of stuff that will negatively affect. But there are also two aspects that will affect very positively. Let's do another one. Let's do what's this big book one here? State schools. Looks like we have one that will really be nailed negatively. That's the private school sector. But corruption gets dropped. The corruption will go down. Education will go up. Unemployment goes down, and poverty will go down. So you know what? The fact that it affects state schools or private schools may not be terrible, considering it's going to do a lot of. Oh, and look, the poor will obviously like the fact that they don't have to pay for school much, so they don't worry about that. So let's do one of these just for kids. Road building, car usage go up, traffic congestion goes down. It goes up, it basically goes where we don't want it to go, and there's unemployment goes. So red basically, I guess, is effective negatively. So, for example, unemployment, why would it be negative if we build more roads? I don't quite get why some of these are effective the way they are, but okay. But you know what? Let's say let's pick one roads and find out more rather. Look at the middle income. Okay. This shows the list of input to the voter group and how they make the rules feel. Green effects are good and positive. Red effects are bad and negative. Green effects may change over time with positive screen rally shades. Some of the effects were absorbed feels. For example, doing them health is good. They don't like income tax. They don't like inheritance tax. And they don't like property tax. You can click on an individual fact in your work and see more information about that. For example, click on the effect of your work. And here we have the details for income tax. You can use the effect between two items: income tax and the policy, right icons. And this screen shows the effect that policy is having. Okay? Right. This slider is used to control the policy. You can use income tax up or down with the effect as you just support. The situation in the system. Remember the slider in the menu. I've always thought income tax a bit high. Let's tank this a little bit. No, we can't do anything yet. This is we're mucking around with the slider. And for example, look at those gauges. But if I drop this, middle income actually starts like, hey, this is all right. Like he's actually lower appetite to pay income tax. That is awesome. The capitalists start to throw that. Equality seems to like it though. Equality was the effect with two different values having this darker effect here. The effect size is new position, which is now this one. The values will move from where they are to the new position over time based on the number of terms. The far right of each effect. triggered that, it will go to where this lighter area is when my next turn begins. So we might do that. We might drop income tax a little bit and see what happens. Well, that's easy enough for now. Hit the revert, change the button, indicate we want to leave this policy untouched, despite having just right, that's a local income tax hit. Well, from the top of the main screen. Time to check out when the situation is currently affecting our country. Click on a situation icon. That one is actually, what is this? This shows information on the situation and the disease for the most causes on the left. And effects. You cannot change anything here. All you can do is see the various effects. It brings the end if you reduce the strength that causes sufficient. So like for example, apparently we're having a major, I'm going to guess it's alcohol movement. I'm not really sure. I can't really see what it says. But unemployment is causing it, religious percentage is causing it, food stores, alcohol consumption. The trial tells mutual information on the actual strength of the situation over time and the two triggers. The higher trigger is the value that actually triggers the situation takes effect. The lower trigger deactivates the situation. As a result, it's easier to trigger a situation than to end it. Let's go straight to the other data now, okay? Let's take a look. Last time back on the statistical data. Click on any of the blue icons. How about this one? Where the some statistical values are good, things we want high. Like how others are bad, they want low, some is right. So then we can cancel it to the close and go back to the main screen. Pay attention to the value of the center icon. Political capital is the amount of support the government has to get things done. You have a limited amount of political capital per turn. Each turn is a quarter of a year. When you run out, you need to end the turn to get more. Some political capital can be carried over to the next turn, but not all. Click on the icon. Okay, political capital measures the amount of power you hold. Policies scheduled and understand. Different policies require different amounts of depending on how critical they are. Capital is generated by ministers and their popularity helps dramatic one so for ministers ever seen 10.2, popularity is given 5.74, authority currently 2.5, and mercy currently means nothing. Okay, I can carry capital currently bill, I can have maximum 20. I can pull capital newly up to the power of 2 turns to get positive to negative. Capital per turn, 20 points, capital per the bill, 20 maximum. Let's go back to the main screen. New policy. Click on a new policy button. Click the new policy button. This button here. Okay. These are new policies that are prepared for you to select from. The policies are divided into categories. See a tab on the left. Like details of the policy are on the right. Those in red cannot currently be implemented due to lack of political capital. Select the policy and hit the implement button. Walls cannot work in an ocean, so the equivalent means that during the United States with except the close lines and mess with 12 boats and sent back on these ships. Antibiotics ban. Like animals. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna lose some meat by the looks of it. Environmentalists will like it, the capitalists want the farmers' income will go down. Food prices will go up. Farmers won't like it, help with I don't know. And unusual policy. No, you guys don't need money for helicopters. Special grant to encourage research in robotics. Robotics is a very long-term area of research which will enter learning about fast pollution productivity. At the same time, reducing the amount of lower job in the economy, and thus potentially lead to higher unemployment. Huh. I don't have enough to ban Sunday shopping, unfortunately. Well, that's not good. Automation tax? Healthy food supplements. Ooh! A tax incentive makes healthy foods such as fruit and vegetables even the higher, fatter, higher sugar foods. Seem incentive to eat well rather than badly, and a substitute of more than a fat tax. This will make the complete. It will increase the health of the nation, reduce plant-based diets. Food prices will drop, as will obesity. Excellent! I like that idea. Let's do it. This is a new policy I've chosen to implement. I can adjust slider on new policies for free without taking the political capital. Be aware that some policies will take time to implement, which means it will be a while before they are fully operational. Now, go back to the main screen. Hit the close button in the top right. We did it in the first 3 months, but this is a quarterly report. It will highlight some key indicators which impact the current state of the country. Plus, there is information you need to be aware of. Urgent dilemmas may appear and they need your attention to this quarter. Anyway, I can see you have a lot to attention, so you get to work. I'm sure the government is in safe hands now. Tutorial. Crime and poverty is still good. It's now time to focus your election campaign. Our data is showing that we have a particularly bad situation, drug addiction on our hands, if we do not act soon. Okay. Apart from last quarter, nice. Loyal effectiveness passability report. Okay, our data is showing that we have a particularly bad situation. So we gotta figure out. It looks like. Schools less active in schools. Okay, so alcohol abuse. We need to do something. We need to do something about that. Let's start things off. And this is flashing. This one's fun. Recycling, space program. Wow, I'm like, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, well, let's just find something, and well, as I said, we're gonna have an alcohol problem. We don't do something fast, so we need to negatively take down alcohol abuse. Okay, so one way of stopping is mental health. How do we positively affect mental health? Homeschooling has a negative effect on mental health. Let's see what this does. The government's taking a view on whether it's best that all students be educated together in the same classroom, regardless of ability, or desirable placing most talented students in their own classes, which teach faster, and maybe injecting school for those of higher ability. So what this is saying is we put students in classes where they can learn better is what I'm hearing. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Of course, it won't let me do anything. It won't let me do something. It'd be stupid. This is our big crunch we have to deal with. I don't really see. Everything's going off screen. Is there more stuff off screen that I can't see? Immigration rules. For some reason, I couldn't affect that one. Technology courses are specialist schools imposed on computer literacy, biotechnology, and similar such. The state of college is special training principle for the government in order to educate rare levels of literacy amongst people. Okay, so maybe it's because we didn't have enough to do anything with that. Oh, it's going into those areas. Okay, I see. I still want to do something with the robots. Free education. All ensures higher level of literacy can be benefits to the economy, especially as parts of economic development. The flip side of this is that state education can be expensive for the government. Capitalists see state education unnecessary and effective for the market. Well, where we are. Here we are, income tax. I'm going to drop income tax a little bit. So there, you guys get more of your money. Isn't that nice of me? Whether you keep more of what you earn. Still need to affect this. Okay, so car usage is causing a problem, is affecting this. Let's see what we can do about car usage. Road building. So, although environmental software, the new roads are very expensive and very slow process. Some systems to keep our economy functional. I don't know about that. I think we keep our current roads as they are. I think we'll be in good shape. So what can we do? So we're lowering the income tax rate. We're making it so the roads that we have are fixed. We're not really building new ones. Okay, that looks like it's taking a level. So I still think this alcohol abuse system we need to do something about. So what can we do to lower? Well, we can raise mental health. The working week. Okay. Let's see about that. Labor laws. Labor laws are basically restricted to workers' rights to strike. Capitalists argue that such restrictions are valid to prevent key workers such as police, state, power stations, and trade unions consider the right to strike to be fundamental and not open negotiation. I think we can give them a few more rights without causing major problems, don't you? So what happens if we take it as far as we can? So currently it's at pro-employer. All right, let's take it to balanced. Subsidized school buses. Scholars in the short school run trips carried out by parents. Traffic on the road. Parents also have been running there probably tourists. Yes, I agree. That's actually my word. We've already hit the road issue. I want to hit maybe a little bit of everything my first run. Citizenship for sale? What is this? Where immigration causes concern about the influx of low-paid workers and those that may be dependent on the state or otherwise working in practice for citizenship may be granted those immigrants who have considerable personal wealth and thus can prove they will not be a burden. This may appear to them majority of the immigrants without such means. Only the super wealthy, so basically this is they pay their way in. I think we can drive this whole thing. We just, I mean, after all, we want them to sort of be at a juncture where they can pay their way in, right? Where they're not a burden on our resources, right? I mean, we don't mind if they're not, incredibly absolutely wealthy. We just, we don't want them being a burden. And I get both sides of that. So what will this do? For strategic reasons, some governments are happy to pay subsidies to farmers to ensure the security of the food supply. This goes against free market economics, and also be very expensive, but does safeguard jobs and votes in agricultural communities. I don't know. I mean, I guess for the safety of our food supply, we can put a few points into that too. Okay, so modern textbooks, student laptops, shared textbooks. The top of the line is student laptops. Oh shoot, okay, revert changes. Yeah, sure, let's give them laptops. That sounds like good. That will get some. Okay, you know what? I think we're golden on this turn, so let's call it. What does this do? Oh, I have climate change related futures. The United Nations Climate Change Conference signed a new protocol limiting the emissions of greenhouse gases in industrialized countries. My country participated in the talks and drove a hard bargain in order not to put too much strain on the economy. Still, ratifying the protocol can be costly, limiting GDP growth and worker productivity. On the other hand, experts claim that the only reason to save the environment. Do we ratify? Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is a necessary step to make sure our children are born in a habitable planet. A small economy is born with this goal. If we do not ratify with our economy at stake, we cannot ratify a proposal that prevents growth, production, and wealth. Other means of protecting the environment have to suffice for now. Ratify it. Capitalist took an 18% hit. CO2 emissions have dropped by 10%, and the environment's low is 17% more. So hey. Oh, God, choose my campaign focus. I now need to choose a single core focus for my campaign to run for the next election. By choosing campaign focus from the options below, I will determine which values the world is especially informed by. That means a new link will be formed from this value. We seem to have an unemployment problem, and unemployment is supposed to be helpful in mental health. So let's do that. We'll say that we're going to focus on unemployment. Yep. Urgent policy question requires immediate attention. There is a budget deficit of 1. We need to reduce spending or raise our taxes. We're getting more popular. Evangelical Alliance. Well, that's not a good thing considering an organization belongs to the Evangelical Alliance. Well, let's start with this one. There are calls for laws to the employment of ethnic and minorities by large corporations. Pressure on the companies to give higher priorities and job against on the basis of their race. Convenience law and economic terms makes it send people below or above a certain age to be rendered unemployable. Also, in human rights terms, it is much needed to compensate for years of discrimination in work people. This is a deep flaw law makes it send by using discrimination. I agree, actually, on that one. If we two problems, that minority people feel they may not achieve the merit and the resentment of potential employees who deny the job. Okay, so the liberals like 10% less, the conservatives like 12% more, the ethnic minorities like 70% less, and liberalism went down by 5%. We have 24 points this day. Our economy sounds like it was taking a hit. So let's find the economy section and see if we can do work on that. We either need to start cutting our spending or we need to start raising our money. What does this do? A form of unconventional monetary policy where the central bank actually prints extra money and uses it to purchase bonds and stocks. Ooh, this increases inflation, but increases the wealth, which would send our GPD up. What's this? Labor laws. Oh yeah, we did this one last time, remember. Our basic workers' rights to strike. Let's take it to the next mark. I want to see the effects overall. Okay, so a quick reminder that this will take 8 turns to take effect. So it'll be a while. So we're going to apply changes. Labor Day bank holiday. This makes Labor Day official bank holidays, reminding citizens it's not about money in their life. Well, this will certainly help to increase the happiness of the working class, and everyone wants to have a good time. We will have a slow negative effect on the economy because a wasted day is money lost. What if we drop it next year? It stays at medium. You know what though? It's not costing us anything, so you know what? I'm going to just say no. We're not going to touch that. I'm trying to find things that right now are costing us money. Yeah, I'm basically trying to get. This is negatively affecting the GPD? What the heck? Nuclear fission is arguably a renewable source of energy which dramatically reduces CO2 emissions and reduces gas and oil demand, but can be expensive to produce and comes with problems concerning waste and decommissioning. Environmentalists stand for wind and solar. So if we drop this down to here, what happens? It'll take 4 and 12 turns, okay? So we'll apply the changes. So we're down to 9. So that looks like that was a good one to help the economy out of it. What do we have here? We have a tobacco tax. Despite the failure of the bank to admit, there's a good reason to believe that smoking has negative effects on health. This uses justification for taxing tobacco. Cynics point out that government benefits hugely from the tax on production. Against health campaigners encourage the tax away to encourage more healthy population. Well, I'm not really sure. Health tax credits. System of tax reduction is designed to encourage people to spend money on private health care in order to reduce the tax liability. This boosts health care without involving state-running hospitals or employing doctors. But limited to those people in social society earning enough to be paying the tax and paying downside incomes from the stock market their dividends from their assets. Primarily affects the wealthy and business owners who raise more money in the economy through federal tax and profit from investments. It also has slightly term to investment and investment is supplemental to the economy. I don't know. Some sense of good. Religious banknotes? This policy also uses religious phrasing and iconography on banknotes and coins. A powerful way to romanticism to religion, a big part of their lives, and is effectively part of the state. This can cause offense among those who demand separation from church and the state. So, like the pretty one God we trust on coins. You know, we'll take the slider up a point. What the heck? Tasers, a non-lethal but still highly effective and possibly dangerous weapon, which effectively gets rid of electric shock. The floor safety can compromise convenience, disable violence, and the risk of death associated with firearms. The opponent's been used as weapon blowers and barriers used for police and charging for casualties and force population. Yeah, I don't think we're having an issue on taser, to be honest with you. Rather than directly control and manage state prison services, policy allows prisons to be privately owned and managed and merely paid for by the state. Private prisons could result in lower costs and higher efficiency. These measures will be unpopular trade unions. Liberals will have concerns about property and concentration, but still they believe the spending is high enough to promote rehabilitation. Well, in my opinion, if we're going to hit the prison of cancel. If we're going to nail prison, tell you what, yeah, this one's looking pretty bad. Let's see if we can knock this one down. Tobacco usage. So what can we use to effectively negate effectively? Well, by increasing tobacco tax, that would certainly work. We could also ban tobacco outright. Not popular with liberal concept of personal freedom, this policy represents a range of measures the government can take to limit or eliminate smoking. At the lowest level, this would be a ban on smoking during locations or in public places, right up to a complete ban on the sale or consumption. I want it to be a total ban. I'm trying to get us money here to spend the issue right now, can't you? So, obviously the economy, the media monopoly is going to be a problem. Okay, so we want to take out the media monopoly. We need press freedoms and competition. Okay, let's start with this one then. Straighten up, we can't afford to drop it. Press freedom. Freedom of the press is the freedom of communication and electronic public media. It is closely linked to freedom of speech, which is the human right to communicate opinions and censor. Curtailing press freedom negatively impacts democracy, but too much censor control over access to information. Yeah, let's try to knock the media monopoly problem in the butt. Especially since that was supposedly that's the issue with our economy right now. So also we have 5 points left. We created a state broadcaster. Let's try a competition law. See if we can there. Yes, we can actually. Competition law taking advantage of protecting the ideas of the free market, protecting the consumer from monopolies, and encouraging competition on one side or allowing business to grow, and for the best companies to succeed on the other. Okay, we can absolutely spend a point to get that up. We're down to 3 points. Let's call it a turn. Okay, GPD is still on the decline. Unemployment, unfortunately, is going up. Health is going up. The majority of president downgraded status have been selected enough. There's national outrage of women's sexual assault in poetry and widely reported violent crime against women is important. Rape to be committed in public without anyone seeing as damning to our society. The electorate demand that lawlessness and gender inequality be addressed by the government. Ooh, actually, that's not good. Okay, so we're having, sounds like a crime crunch. Whoa! We're almost out of time. So let's wrap up this quarter. It sounds like crime is becoming a problem right now, so let's do about that. What can we do about that? Intellectual property. Establish the protection of innovators who grant their credits a period monopoly over their use. Advocates of intellectual property rights claim that invention is allowing the owner's idea of benefit financially. The aim is promote creativity and progress. However, in practice, the use of these rights tend to favor the rich versus rich, which can pay for the rights. Okay, so we still need to do this. We're dealing with the crime situations right now. So, alcohol abuse. I'm looking for something. Alcohol consumption. I'm basically looking for what I can do for this last quarter to deal with this crime issue we seem to be having. Legalize cannabis? Should drugs such as cannabis heroin be legalized? Of course, suggesting crime suit to find black market drugs across the plumb and legalizing narcotics to reduce crime. Opponents point to the health risk and say we're giving it to criminals. Making it criminal illegal, the right for women being legal, step taking direct discharge. Compared to employment or recruitment of women to roles across the full spectrum of women. Right now it's telling me, well actually it's still saying we're still having problems in our budget. So what is this? What impossible? Whoa. Corporate tax? A direct and proportionate tax on the profit of businesses. This should be the only form of taxation. Honestly, such tax travel and entrepreneurship will discourage people from starting a business. Often will and mainly government brings in money. Yeah, I know I dropped it. Income tax is still at 35. income tax, which we did, the GPD will go up. Or at least that's my understanding here. Well, you know, that would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? See, that's what I'm saying. More people work. Right? More people work. More money flows in. Eventually the lower tax cancels out. I still think we should do something. Like, there's a lot of red stuff in the crime area. We need to deal with this. Overcrowded cells. Okay, no. We have to figure out how to lower that. What we need is we need to lower crime. That's what we have to do. Here we go. How high can we take this? Town centers, widespread. Okay, so we're at a capital point. So that's gonna be our last corner, our last quarter. So let's see how this goes. So let's see how the rest of our quarter goes into now. Major donor abandoned credit. Remember, all we're doing is just cut their lives. There's a budget deficit. We need to reduce the spending. That's supportive. Good news. Very brief from Netherlands makes precedence based on governmental policies. Marine conservation groups are pushing us to sign international laws for the quantity of certain fish that can be got by fishermen in any country. This is an attempt to preserve the viability of fish stocks. President Constantine, this is just common sense. Modern technology has continually need to catch feed on fish with price and causing damage to feed and supply. It might be impossible for fishermen in the short term, but the long way to be in the marine environment. And now we recommend signing the law. Let's do it. The farmers are going to be pissed us, and the GPD took another hit. Well, folks, that would sort of be, that's sort of my running the government. So for you night owls, I will be back tonight at 1 a.m. to do our casino run. If you non-night owls, I'll be back tomorrow for Sims Day. So until then, this is Pastor Holy Wolf. Whatever game brings you joy, you play it. And while you're doing that, go in peace to love and serve the Lord. As for me, I'm out of here.